Good morning. We are going to take the helicopter and fly over St. Petersburg, Tampa area to survey the hurricane damage. We are already in works to partner up with a few organizations for Florida, Southern Georgia, South Carolina, and even Tennessee. Go to wingsofcompassion.com. We'll set up a link. 100% of every penny you donate goes directly for relief supplies. We're going to be setting up pilots and airplane drops and all kinds of stuff because I found out that a few places the roads are gone and the only way to get there is by aircraft. So stay tuned. I will give you all the details, on Jimmy's World, the community tab and all that stuff. But let's fire up the helicopter. This is a few days later after the hurricane. We're going to see the cleanup effort, and then we're going to do everything we can to help, just like we did and like you did during Hurricane Ian. Over $40,000 of supplies, over 100 people stepped up to help. This time is going to be even a bigger effort because that storm tore up South Carolina and Tennessee with some major flooding, hit Big Bend of Florida with some pretty strong winds, took out a lot of the sea places there. So we're going to do everything we can to help while we can help. So go to wingsofcompassion.com, donate there, or the link is in the description, probably on the screen now. But right now, let's fire up the helicopter and let's go see what it looks like 3 days later. This is on the bay side, not even facing the Gulf of Mexico. And you can see how 2 to 3 to 4 feet of water just came up and in so many of these houses. And the destruction was everywhere. These people are cleaning out everything that was on the first floor so it can dry out and not mold and mildew. It was this for miles and miles. Everybody was cleaning out their home. This is something I never in a million years thought I would see, where they had the sand was plowed up like snow just so they could get a path to drive on. And this island, this area is still closed because there is so much sand. You can see cars buried in it. We saw several cars where all you could see was the roof of the car. The beach used to be about 100 feet deep, and now it has been completely washed away, and all that sand has been pushed up about 1/4 of a mile inland with the storm surge. It was devastating. There were boats everywhere. But yet, there is still hope because we are Americans. So we made it up here when we're talking to Sheriff Al at Hernando County on the northern side where the storm stuff was hitting. So give us a quick 15-second update with how you guys were hit and what you've seen and experienced.
Yeah, we've been very fortunate. We had no serious injuries and no deaths. But it's been all property damage, but some of that has been very, very, very significant. Some people, their houses are totally destroyed. But as you know, you can rebuild a house. You can't rebuild a life. So we have a lot of resources in here, a lot of deputies on the road, keeping the property safe. And FEMA's now available. And of course, the county has been putting a lot of resources. So we're going to be fine. It's just going to be a tough few weeks for some of those people.
That's right, yep. And like I said, we're connecting with other people that are going to be on the ground. And if you want to help, wingsofcompassion.com for financial stuff. And then we'll be putting out lists and places and dates and times and things of where we'll be doing caravans for supply drops. You had mentioned something about lithium-ion batteries causing a whole slew of fires because of salt water. This is something I did not know. So
yeah, it's terrible. We had, within the first 24 hours after the storm, we had at least 7 house fires that I know of, all because saltwater intrusion into those lithium-ion batteries. So if any of your viewers ever in the future get any saltwater intrusion and you have any of those batteries, and that's e-bikes or power drills or anything like that with lithium-ion battery, get that battery outside as soon as you can because they burn very hot and very fast, and it can really add insult to injury after a hurricane. It was terrible the first day. We were going from fire to fire. So
that is insane. And I never would have thought about the e-bike with the lithium-ion batteries.
Yeah.
And you were saying within 3 minutes or something.
Yeah, they burn very hot and very fast, and unfortunately they do a lot of damage if they're in your garage, in your house. It can do a lot of damage before you can even call a fire department, much less have them get there and put it out. So.
That's crazy. All right, well, Sheriff Al, thank you so much. I'll let you get back to it. I know you're a very busy man these days, but thanks for chatting
appreciate
with
you
us.
visiting Hernando County, as always. You're always welcome. So
Awesome.
Appreciate what you do, too.
Thanks so much. Okay, so we got Jason is on his way now to Asheville, North Carolina. He's taking part in some relief efforts as well. So we got Garrett from Cleetus. Mcfarland is already there with his helicopter. So they are in phase number 1, and where I'm going to go, we're going to head, and where Jason, I think, is where he's going to be partying up with us, is in phase number 2, which is after the search and rescue, the helicopter stuff. Then comes the supplies to keep them sustained until they can get their roads back open and their logistics and supply run going. So we're pretty much at the end of the search and rescue phase. So now is where that middle step number 2 comes in, of getting them the supplies until their main supply chain can get back up and running. Jason, just share briefly with the lovely folks kind of what you're doing, where you're going, and how we are working together on this to help some people.
Yeah, so I know, Jimmy, you had so much experience with Hurricane Ian last year. Was that last year or the year before?
2 years ago.
Oh my gosh, 2 years already. So, so obviously you were being a friend of mine as well, you were the first person I thought of to say, hey, what is the best way that we can all pitch in, we can help out, make some things happen. So like you said, phase 1, Cleetus is already over there, and I think Dave Sparks may be heading over to Ashland. So we're going to hop in an R44, head out there today, and start doing phase 1. And really, phase 2, we were talking about the different things that you guys were going to be planning, that you guys are planning to do right now for phase 2.
Yep, yeah, that's right. So we're going to be coming in with the water and the diapers and baby wipes, and there's a big list of stuff that they're going to need. A lot of that until the stores and the roads and bridges and all that stuff can be open. But right now, the only way to get there in a lot of these places is the airport. So that's why we're using the airplanes to do this.
Yeah, 100%. So I think what we're going to be able to do is kind of, have some different drop-off locations that we can, eventually maybe share now. I don't know, maybe share a little bit. I don't know. But as we work on this, I mean, we have the opportunity, to band everybody together, all the folks that are, watching our crazy videos and stuff. And really, we're all going to have an opportunity to help out.
Yep, that's right. So right now, and I'm just looking at my people on the camera there that's watching this video, we are still working with the people on the ground at each one of these locations to find out where and when we can have a drop-off location, and if it's going to be airplane only or if it's going to be able to be accessible by truck. So if you had and lived somewhere remotely close, then we can get there with a truckload of stuff instead of being able to drop it off by only airplane. And we'll, as soon as that information is known, we'll be putting it out. I hope that some of that be available by the time this video comes out. So yeah, we'll be tag teaming on both of our YouTubes and Instagrams, stuff like that. So we'll be sharing information and just making sure that whatever we got to do to help as many people as possible.
Absolutely, and I think too, there's a ton of other people that Jimmy and I are talking to, that we're going to be able to also reach out to them. You're going to hear a lot of those locations and things, repeated, and because we're all a big community here, and the biggest thing is, I mean, we have damage all the way from the most southern tip of Florida all the way up to the middle of the country. And, we need to band together and do what we can to, to help. There's a lot of people that need our help, and that's going to continue for a number of weeks, into months, even longer.
Yeah, that's right. And it's, stage number 2 is trying to get everything stable so they can make it to stage number 3 to start rebuilding.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Jimmy, I know helping is near and dear to your heart, just like it is for us. And, I'm excited, to get a chance to work with you and, to have all of our efforts mean something together.
That's right. All right, Jason. Well, we got to hop in the old helicopter and do our flying. I'll let you get back to getting yourself on down to Asheville, and we'll stay in contact quite a bit over the next few days here.
All right, brother. Fly safe, and we'll be in touch.
Thanks, Jason. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
All right. See you, bud.
So that was Jason. As you heard the conversation, we're all teaming up together on this. So everybody is joining forces. And with the community out there, if you're too far away or whatever other reason that you're not able to physically be here and help or anything like that, go to wingsofcompassion.com, donate $1, and that'll help with getting more supplies, baby wipes, diapers, bottled water. Medicine is a big thing to these people in need. And 100%, every single penny, I cannot stress this enough because everybody thinks that we take stuff, 100% of every penny is going to go towards that effort. I don't get anything from it. Jason's not getting, nobody gets anything out of this, so we can spend all that money on that. However, I make a plug for the YouTube channels. Go to his channel, like, subscribe, watch the videos. That's where we make our money, is when you guys watch our regular videos. But for this one, we got a lot of work to do. Stay tuned, and if you're not subscribed already, do that so you can be alerted whenever things change and happen. Jimmy, let's get something done. I am joined by Sean from Bikes and Beards. You guys know him and love him. And look at that fantastic hairdo he's got today. He reached out and said, hey, how can I help? Because I now live in Tennessee, and my home state, the volunteers, need some volunteers because the eastern side of the state got hammered pretty stinking hard. And Sean stepped up and said, how can I help? So that's who is going to be the face and the kind of the point person on this is going to be Sean for Tennessee. We've got some people working for the Asheville, North Carolina area. We got people working in the Florida area. And then Sean is going to be the face for the Tennessee. Now, we're still going to be working on the details of the exact location, the exact time for any airdrops or any truck deliveries. But for right now, you can just tell all your people if they want to send money first, or if that's what they can do, even $1, $5, whatever, it doesn't matter. 100% every single penny is going to go towards supplies and helping these people that need help right now.
And that doesn't even go through us or me. That goes directly to the nonprofit, right?
Yeah. So Wings of Compassion is the nonprofit that I ran for 2 years ago with Hurricane Ian. And in that 1 week, we raised almost $50,000, and we had over 100 people volunteered to help. And we loaded up a U-Haul and I think 13 airplanes or 14 airplanes or something like that. So we were able to do quite a bit of good with that. And it's the same thing. So every penny is going to get spent making supplies go where they need to go, and to take care of those people that's had their lives kind of turned upside down.
Got it.
So that's the mechanism that we're using for that. And it's nice because it's a 501c3. So if somebody wants to give more than, I forget what the tax number is, but then they'll get a receipt for it and everything. So yeah, and over the next couple of days, once we put this video out, I'll be updating with other YouTube videos and probably like my Instagram and just the community tab thing. I'll probably just throw some videos up on there just to keep people in the loop.
So if there's people who are watching who are currently in a bad situation right now, what do they do?
They can, I think, also go to Wings of Compassion, and there's a contact us page on there. and they can just tell us where they're at, what's happening. And my understanding is a lot of people lost internet and stuff, so that's been kind of a big deal. And I know that the Starlinks and some of the other stuff have been getting put in place so they can finally start communicating with other people, because roads have been washed out, bridges. I mean, it is nasty out there. But I do know that there's 3 airports in that Asheville area that are opened, and we're partnering up with a couple of organizations that are operating out of those airports. So that's one place that we'll be focusing on. And now we're turning on some places there in Tennessee, right down the road from where you're at.
Okay. Cool. That sounds like a plan.
If you haven't already, go to wingsofcompassion.com and donate now. If you don't have cash, we also take things of value and we can give you a full write-off for that. wingsofcompassion.com.